Michigan's fight to get your child's education back on track. Thank you for joining us for Action News at 6. I'm Glenda Lewis. Last year, when classes began, only about 40% of students nationwide had access to in-person learning. Many fell behind. But this year, most schools are back to in-person learning and working to get students caught up. 7 Action News reporter Kim Russell explains why this is not only important for their future, but for the future of our economy, too.
The unfinished learning children experience due to COVID-19 in school is real. Now the question is, will we address it or will it impact our nation's economy?
They've been out of school for a year and a half.
Melissa Redmond has been a tireless voice for children. She spoke out when her child went without a math teacher for months due to a teacher shortage in Detroit 5 years ago. She spoke out when students didn't have enough support during the pandemic. But now she's speaking out about optimism.
So it's exciting.
And it's the first time I feel that, as a former teacher, principal, chief academic officer, superintendent, that we have equitable funding. Now, the challenge is it's only for 2 years, but I'll take it.
Detroit Public Schools Community District Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti says the district is using about $500 million to address learning loss by hiring an additional 100 teachers, offering tutoring, arts and enrichment programs, and Saturday school planned to help kids catch up. And students are behind. Take a look at this. McKinsey & Company looked at assessments nationally and found that on average, based on historical testing data, the pandemic set children behind 5 months in math and 4 months in reading. That is on average. Poverty set students back an additional 2 months.
The challenge is real. And I think every district, in and outside of Detroit is going to face this.
And the challenge is about our nation's future. McKinsey & Company's report says lower levels of education attainment lead to less innovation and a potential annual GDP loss of up to $188 billion. Researchers predict it would increase the racial economic opportunity gap by billions of dollars. Dr. Vitti says his goal is to show investment can close that opportunity gap for the next generation.
In the next 2 years, it's our job to show that we have results connected to these dollars so that we can make the argument to the legislature that if we're funded equitably, we can have a bigger and better impact on our students.
If everybody works together, we can get it done.
Now, to be clear, that impact to our GDP is something that we will see year after year if we don't address this problem, according to researchers. Kim Russell, 7 Action News.